Z100.
And look who is back after a nice little absence. New Kids on the Block back at Z100.
Yeah, baby.
Up.
Oh,
Gentlemen.
We up in it.
And it's good to have you back.
Yeah, man.
It's good to be back.
So you go and you take a massive amount of time off and you hang with your family, your other relationships, and you got other things going on, and then you're back together as a unit, as like, you know, this group of people who have been together for just a giant portion of your lives.
Yes, we have.
Does it just like all happen again naturally, or is there like, you know, time to like re-gel?
It really doesn't take much time at all. It takes a few seconds. Somebody usually says something funny, and everyone's back to their old selves. It's been 28 years, man.
How many years?
We're older than dirt.
Shut up.
28 years. 28 years
up.
since the group was formed.
We were together a few years before we got a hit record, so
yeah,
we're like little tiny babies.
Well, you all look fantastic. You guys look great.
It feels like yesterday.
I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know, microdermabrasion, but you all look fantastic.
Little bit.
It's funny. Like regular people who go back to their high school.
Anal bleaching.
It's what anal bleaching.
Anal bleaching.
That is perfect, and
really
you look and smell fantastic.
That's
you
right.
look and smell fantastic.
Start at the core.
I mean, so many people, including a lot of your fans, yes, the core. So many people, including your fans, dread going to high school reunions because there's that, I'm just not going to look like I used to in high school. And you guys have maintained just this, you know, must be the fame and the power and the money because you guys are doing really well. You look fantastic.
I want to go to a high school reunion.
No,
has anyone ever gone?
No.
Did you ever go?
No.
I would
I
love
want
to
go
too.
one day.
My school, a bunch of slackers in Maryland, we never had a reunion.
Yeah.
No. My school, I had the school where like all the kids like left school and started selling meth. It was like the Breaking Bad school, the Breaking Bad Academy.
Yeah.
So like they just didn't, no one ever really did anything. It's sad. I think I might be the most successful person, which is not saying a lot. That it's just the fat guy in New York City who talks to the famous people. I'm like the hero of the school because I wasn't selling meth, which is just strange, you know, right? What's up, Oakland Mills? So
You could be the kingpin, man.
Apparently, I am.
You could go in there and just take over.
I know, right? I might organize a reunion.
There's a TV show here. There's a TV show.
I know you have connections. I know you
DJ
can
who
make
is
it happen.
selling crystal meth on the low.
Yep.
What is it? Spilling Mills? What?
Oakland Mills.
Oakland Mills.
But they were Spilling Mills as well. That was that was happening there too. So this new album gets put together, and you guys, like, at what point, I want to hear how it happened, okay, where you have this long absence. It's been a few years. 5 years? 4 years before you started working on the new album?
So, well, we've been together touring still.
I mean, so I know there was touring and stuff, too, but, like, the process of going back in, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Who makes the initial phone call? Okay, we got to get the band back together. Very Blues Brothers reminiscent. Who makes that first phone call?
Well, we were very, like Donnie said, we're very much together because we had some great tours in the last 5 years. But we knew that, you know, our last album, The Block, which we loved and served us well and the fans loved, we wanted some fresh music. I mean, music is a big part of who we are, and it keeps it alive. And so there were some rumblings, but like everything, it just takes on a life of its own.
Mm-hmm.
And then here you are, and the phone call is made, you start recording, and you've got the single remix out right now. And the video, tremendous job with the video.
Thanks.
I mean, you open up with that nice lady who looks like she was on my Big Fat Greek Wedding. She looks like that kind of same character who kind of goes through a metamorphosis. So all of a sudden she realizes, well, hold on, it doesn't have to be like this. I can go and, you know, thus the meaning of the song, I can change my life. Did I get that right? Is that pretty good? Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
good.
yes.
He knows he heard the song, unlike so many others who try to interview us and don't know what they're talking about. This is amazing. No,
Everybody's felt that way at some point. Everybody felt that way. When you were the only one not selling crystal meth, you felt that way in high school.
Right.
We've all felt like the wallflower not like cool enough, and it's you know, the song. A lot of people thought it was just going to be a video about, like, you know, sexy chicks walking down a runway and sort of a predictable thing, but we really wanted to make it. Yeah, we wanted to make it something that everyone could relate to because everyone's felt left out at some point.
Sure, and you see it like on social media too. The people who put the cry for help posts up there, you know, it's like the people stuck in they got out of a bad relationship and they feel like they can't change. So it's empowering. It's good.
Yeah,
Look at
like
you people
everybody on
empowering
Facebook.
others. Yeah, I know, right? You're like everybody on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be so weird from where you were to where you are now with just like the people want the social media interaction. It isn't just like come and see our show. Okay, show's over. Let me go live my life. It's I have to be on social media. I have to let people know what I'm up to 24/7.
Live with us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Is it annoying or is it kind of is it?
Well, everybody has. I mean, it's probably a good kind of sample of 5 different guys deal with it differently. You know what I mean? We all love our fans and we all connect in a different way. And I think like anybody else, you have to be wired a certain way to just, you know, connect that way. And but we're lucky that the internet came along. I think that was a big part of us coming back together.
I don't have a lot of artists come in, legacy artists such as yourself, saying, we're lucky that the internet came along. I've never heard that in an interview ever in my 7 years at Z100.
Real old. I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's great. We're lucky that the internet came along.
There's
Awesome.
a thing called the World Wide Web, and we really use it for all it's worth.
www.wow.com.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that most of you do your social interaction. How many hands in the air have replied to fans, discuss things with fans while in the bathroom to allocate your time while in the bathroom? Hands in the air, bathroom tweets. Nice! Good,
Hey,
good,
man,
nice.
I'm keeping it real.
Okay, nice, awesome.
It's been one of
Probably
my
a good
greatest
time,
talents in the last 4 years is that I have not ever tweeted a picture of me sitting on the throne. Because I always take one, and I'm like, this is the time I'm going to take a picture of me taking a dump. And I never send the damn picture. I got send control.
Yeah, you're probably taking the picture and thought,
There's
I own this
800
moment.
pictures of me dumping
Yup.
in this iPhone, and
I
I never
own it.
sent it. I never sent it.
This is a movement of epic proportions. It takes even more willpower not to be really impressed with what happened. Go, oh my God, I got it. No,
Right.
that's
Yes.
only for you. That's only for you. And then you tell others. Or
We
you know,
show each other that stuff.
or
Some
your-
of us.
Or your significant others.
Me and
you
Danny
leave
shows
it there.
Me and Danny.
Danny should. I've seen a few pictures of Danny.
Shut up! Wow, you guys know you're tight when the picture's being sent like that.
Oh,
Oh, hilarious!
Around the
the
ball.
python around the
Oh
ball.
yeah, that's great.
I didn't want to say it.
Danny shows the other guy's pictures. He shows me the actual item. He'll bring me in the bathroom. Dude, look.
Dude,
Look at this spike I left
his
in the.
quote.
You're like a poop ambassador, man.
Check this out.
Wow.
It's a brotherhood, man. It's a brotherhood.
My
See?
5-year-old does that, but
Yeah.
Well, your other 5-year-old does that as well.
yeah, it's
Hold on, I'm writing some now things I never thought I would talk to.
Yeah.
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 Were we just saying?
Thank
talking
goodness
about
the
that?
internet came along, and let's look at each other's turds.
Speaking of that, so many of your early singles sound like they could be apps on an iPhone today. Like there could be an app called the Please Don't Go Girl app, where like you have your girlfriend's phone and you can find out where she is at any given moment.
That's a good app.
Yeah, Hang and Tough also could be an app. So you guys were like innovators in the sense that a lot of your early singles sound like they
What
could
would
be.
the Hang and Tough app do?
Yeah, what would that do?
Okay, Hang and Tough. I was thinking about this last night. What the Hang and Tough app could be. I don't want to say a penile enlargement app, but it very well could be, or an app as well for maybe like a workout, some sort of like some gym app or something, so you can hang tough with others.
About the
I
right
like the
stuff.
Please Don't Go Girl
the
app.
right stuff could, I don't know. I like the right stuff. Right stuff could be some sort of self-esteem booster app where every day you look at your phone and it compliments you unnecessarily just so you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Don't you love how I can think about these things on the fly?
This is
Yeah, keep
awesome,
throwing
man.
singles. I'll throw what the app could do. Give me 5%. That's all I want.
Step-by-step app. Come on, let's go.
Let's get it done. Let's market it. I wish I could write
That would
code,
be like
but
a
I can't.
workout one.
I like. See, there you go.
Or like a map. It tells you where to go, like how many steps.
Like a
it's gonna
hop stops.
take
You can
to
find the
get where
nearest
you gotta-
subway. I like that too.
Yeah.
That's good. Or where you're from, the T. So you see all these other artists come about and they come and they go and you don't have the longevity that you guys have. What were your first initial thoughts when you saw the band One Direction like blow up out of nowhere? What were your first thoughts?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Man,
The music business goes in cycles.
Sure.
So we've seen it since we broke up in '94. We saw the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, Boys to Men. All these groups do things. So when you see a group like that comes out, it goes in cycles. So it's not very surprising.
Is there though an initial kind of like an alumni going back to high school where you go back and you see the people in your high school and you're like, oh whatever, we had it so much better. We were so much better than these people. Is there like a certain like, oh come on, really?
Well,
Initially there has to be that thought when you see these bands on the scene. You're like, oh well, we.
They're young,
I don't think.
though.
We
they're
don't really. I mean, it sounds like we don't follow it. It's not that we don't appreciate what they're doing. I mean, because to make it in the music business, no matter what you're doing, is quite admirable. So, but we're just not at a lot of One Direction concerts to check it all out.
Yeah, Jordan right now is tweeting One Direction
Yeah,
from
and
his
they're
phone.
young.
He's going, this guy at Z is totally goofing on you right now. He's trying to make us
What
hate
is
you.
that?
Totally.
It's a charger.
It's
Oh,
one
good.
of those things too. Like when we came up, we were
My
like
charge.
we got real
Charging my
famous,
phone.
and every like old teen idol was interviewed and asked their opinion of us or give what's your advice.
To which
to
they
new
responded.
kids? They always had some to say. It was just
I
like
know
I
what
just
they
didn't
were.
want to
I
hear
know
it.
how it's gonna
Enjoy
turn
your
out.
15 minutes while it
Yeah,
lasts and
exactly.
stuff like that. It's like some of the guys were cool. Like I always remember the guy Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees was always like super cool. Like he'd always say cool things. But
Yeah, one of the Cassidys was like a punk about it.
yeah, but it's like we're
punk
kids, man. It's like we're 18, 19, 20. No 20-year-old wants to be told. It's like your parents tell you what you're not gonna grow up to be anything when you're 20. You move out of the house at that point.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that. And
Yeah.
so like I think our reaction is typically we don't want to tell these kids what we went through. It's like they're going to experience it for themselves, and they want to experience it for themselves. It's a different world. You know, it's a different world now than it was then. You talk about the internet and all that stuff. When we were around, when we first came out, there was one MTV. There was nothing else.
And you
there
had to be on it.
Z100.
Yeah.
There was MTV. I mean, you know, you went to certain places and that was it. And there was only room for us. There was not room for any other boy band or anyone doing anything like us. That was it. I mean, there wasn't even room for Tiffany. When we came along, we like wiped her and Debbie Gibson out like everybody went
There was
away.
a crime scene. There's a chalk outline
Yeah,
around
but there was
her.
only
You just
room.
killed it.
There was only room for one.
Debbie
like,
too, man.
teen
You guys
idol.
just killed it.
Everybody.
There should be a trial.
Everybody went by the
the
wayside.
hell?
But now, you know, a few years later when Backstreet Boys and Sync and all these guys, there's like 5 groups. And now there's like, it could be 50. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. Every cycle is different. Every generation is different. Every generation of kids wants to have their own thing. And the last thing their fans want to hear is a bunch of, you know, older guys, you know, dumping on their group. And, you know, it's like, let them kids do their thing and have their fun and good luck to them.
Let's drop a couple pebbles. Speaking of dumping on this real quick, okay? Thoughts on
I know,
Justin Bieber?
dump's been a big
big
subject
poop
today.
conversation here with New Kids on the Block. Justin Bieber, out of control. Do you see him spiraling? You've been around a while, so you've seen
don't.
artists.
See, again,
do you
I
think
hate
he's
to be the
spiraling or
guy
no?
who doesn't
Go ahead.
like pay attention to this stuff, but like, no, you know what I mean. And I know we're in the industry, and I appreciate that it is an industry, but like when Britney Spears shaved her head, like big deal. You know what I mean? I get that that's a big story for Us Weekly, and I get there's a whole machine there, and people get paid a lot of money to do that stuff, but like. I think he's going to be okay.
I
Either
think
he's
she
not
will.
going to be okay, or he,
I think she really spun out of control. But maybe not Bieber.
but maybe. The point is, I
You all
think
have your own
listen,
opinions on it.
I know,
little bit,
but here's my opinion.
Bald head was a
Let me
little-
say this, and I'll move on
All right.
to someone else.
Go ahead,
But
Joey.
Fair.
I think that
fair.
if you're gonna be a drug addict, you're gonna be a drug addict whether you know, lay brick or sing songs. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not, you're not. I mean, yeah, he's going probably through a tough time. It's not easy.
Do you think it's drugs?
What
No,
hold
no,
on.
no,
Okay.
no. I'm just making it a point.
Yeah.
If you're gonna, you are who you are. You're gonna deal with it in different ways.
Yes.
Jordan Knight, ladies and gentlemen.
What did he do besides yell at that guy, the paparazzi
Yeah,
dude?
what else
What
happened?
else did he
Grab
do?
his Got a monkey?
He no, he was racing his car around the
Neighborhood.
The neighborhood.
Okay,
He
that's
took his shirt off in the airport. He
Oh.
wore like
He
a
slapped his
crazy
neighbor?
gas mask.
oh, he wore a
disguise.
gas mask.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
What
I did an
happened?
interview the other day, and there was apparently an article which I still haven't read where it said is Justin Bieber the new Donnie Wahlberg in terms of like he's out of control and famous at like 19 years old. He's got his own thing certainly, but I think the one difference though is we were a group. I mean, we were a healthy group too. As much as we fought and as much as we didn't get along all the time and stuff, we kind of always kept each other in check on some level. I mean, it was always sort of like at some point you had to check in. And that's the only thing that I would be just worried about him with is just, he's alone, you know. It's
Yeah.
like hopefully he's got
Plus, you had the support of each other at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
We could
is,
talk
to
about
do
it,
it
yeah.
alone is like.
Yeah, it's tricky, man. It's I mean, even though there are times we probably all wonder what it'd be like if it was just me by myself. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you wouldn't have to share, like the money and all this and that. It's like,
Hi, Jordan.
but
What's up, buddy? Hi,
but we
Joey.
enjoyed each other,
What's up,
man.
buddy?
We had each other and we had each other's backs, and you know, just sometimes you think about a kid like that. I mean, he just went from obscurity to like, you know, it's. Every single pair of eyes pretty much in the world is on him at any given moment, and it's got to be a lot of pressure for him, and you know,
Yeah.
hopefully he'll
No
get
doubt.
through it okay.
I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. You know, he's a normal 19, 20-year-old kid. You know what I mean? Doing stuff. Can you imagine? Let's all take a moment and think of what we did when we were 20 years old. Like the dumb stuff that we did. Pretty
Yeah,
bad.
and we
Yes.
did.
He has to do it in
we
front of
did
cameras
We
and
were
TMZ.
famous and did it, but there wasn't
I've been
it
thinking
wasn't
how-
as much. There was no
Yeah.
internet.
Intranet.
There was no internet.
There was no internet.
There's no video
You had to
camera
do
on
some
every
real crazy
phone.
stuff to
Ish.
get news
Yes.
back then, like light a hotel on fire and stuff.
Really? When did that? I missed that. When was that? What year was
There
that?
was no fire, man.
Oh.
I was
Love it.
innocent. I was innocent.
You discussed you know, issues within the band years ago. Was there ever anything physical between you guys, like like up against the wall punches? Was there? Oh, hold on, you're giggling. I
It
want
would
to hear
have been
story.
if I was a little bit bigger. There definitely would have.
Okay, well, did you get picked on?
Well, a little bit. I mean, Donnie and I would go at it because of whatever reason.
Over
It was-
what?
I was a little kid with kind of a big mouth and a big personality, and Donnie was, you know, is a great leader. But lots of times, you know, we would kind of bump heads and stuff like that.
What did you
But
say? Can you remember a time that you said something to him that pissed him off? That like,
all the time.
Exactly.
Can
do
I
you remember
a
what
time when
it
I
was?
didn't?
What was it?
But it was
What was it?
It was normal stuff. I mean, I was 4 years younger than the rest of them, so it was a different dynamic. It was weird.
I just
but-
have this picture of you just holding him up against the wall. Just other guys going.
No,
"Yeah."
but it
I saw
never-
Joe get strangled one time on the bus.
What? I'm sorry.
But not by me.
Yeah.
I strangled him,
Yeah.
Joe?
I rolled out of my bed. I just woke up and you were strangling him against the wall.
I did.
Yeah, I remember that.
In the
I
bus.
must
was
have one
after
of
he
those
threw the
things
Diet
like
Coke
Yeah.
down.
blacked out.
down
I
Yeah.
was like, what happened?
Subjective
Oh,
memory.
Joe's getting
on
strangled.
But you know
crystal
what?
meth, I don't
You
know.
know what? I sound like a bad. What did you say?
I was like, what happened?
I
Oh,
sound
Joe-
like a battered wife, but he never really hurt me too bad. No, he never. I mean, he never hit me like hard or
Right.
none of that.
Never hit me like
He
hard.
didn't
no,
batter
no,
him.
punch
You're
me.
in
Listen,
denial, Joe.
Did you ever cry from the abuse? Did you ever
all
cry?
the time.
Oh God!
Oh, I was 12 years
Oh,
old.
man.
I
New
was.
story.
I was. It was also just fitting in. It wasn't just
Jeez.
Donnie. It was just fitting in.
Sure.
I mean, it's a whole nother story.
Joe
but-
attacked John on the bus. That's the only fight I remember. That's
What?
the only physical. Joe
is
attacked
horrible.
John
I get
one
into
time
it.
on
I
the
can
bus.
tell you the story. No, I know what you're talking about. We're gonna talk about
Joe
that
likes.
off the
We
air.
were all sitting up
because
in the
I
front
think
of the
about
bus,
it all the time.
and Joe was like in the captain's chair, and John was back, I think, or vice versa.
No,
and all of a
he
sudden,
said something about.
Joe just came flying out of nowhere, like, "Roar!" and just attacked John.
If you
I
didn't know
tell you
anybody,
why, though. I tell you
this
why.
sounds like roid rage. It sounds like someone's using steroids. Ugh, Hulk angry.
Nah,
This is
nah,
It's just like brotherly fights.
It's
Yeah.
all good. But like I said, I was real small, so they never like physically.
So we were
beat
bullies, is
crap
what he
out of
said. He was real small, and we picked on him.
battered
I
him.
did. Jeez.
It was natural. It
So
wasn't. It wasn't anything.
You see all these anti-bullying PSAs, and you guys are like, what? It's good. It made him the person he is today. Joey's
No,
fine.
It wasn't like that.
The
It
thing,
wasn't
the
like
thing
that.
is though, is that it's none of us are in this group by accident, and the one thing that always sort of, that we were older and we were in the group. We were sort of the group before Joe was around. I mean, there was a existence of the group for like a year or two before Joe showed up, but he wasn't in the group by accident. He's talented. He has ideas. He's a force to be reckoned with. So in those early days, it's like we're the older guys and he's the little guy. It's like know your place, but. He belonged in the group. I mean, he has talent, and it wasn't going to be denied. And so it was just a matter of us all learning how to get our voice. And that was really for the whole group. How to get your opinion in without overwhelming people. How to, we all had to learn to listen too. I mean, everybody can talk, but we all, had to learn how to listen. That's one of the things I think that being apart for a lot of years helped us with. When we came back together, I think we listened to each other better.
Well said. And just so we know, it's fine when you're in a band, bad when you're the coach at Rutgers. Basketball coach. Okay. All right. Bad.
Yeah, that's
Awesome. Continued success on everything. Can't wait to hear the rest of the album, and the tour is going to be amazing. You guys are going to have fun on this tour.
Thanks,
This is
man.
especially the
Come
PB tour.
on the road with us.
Oh
man.
yeah, all right.
Come on.
You can make me drive the bus.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah?
Let's work something out.
All right. I will be your new biscuit. I will go and I will travel with you. I'll
New
do security.
biscuit.
Yeah.
Dude, can I
Yeah.
tell you? I bought I owned Biscuits in the House.
Biscuits
Biscuit
in the house. Yeah, buddy.
I had that record. Yes,
You go
I was
back.
I was an ice rink DJ. Instead of selling meth, I was an ice rink DJ. I played your music, and I actually played Biscuits music. And
Nice.
I noticed when I played your music, people would escape. I popped on Biscuits track. People would go to the snack bar.
Biscuit's track though, Biscuit's song. There's a story to this. Was on its way to become like a huge hit record.
Who stymied it? What
The
happened?
record company was the same record company as us, and I think they were like, okay, this cannot happen.
Yeah.
We cannot. It wasn't because it was going to upstage us. It was like we can't like have this become a hit record. Like it's just gonna whatever credibility we're hanging on to with these kids, it's gonna go out the window if their bodyguard has like a #1 record.
He never knew.
So poor Biscuit.
He never knew.
But at least he's not a one-hit wonder.
No, he's good.
He's a no-hit wonder.
No, it's good. I guess that's better.
It's half
Yeah.
a hit
Yeah,
wonder.
yeah. Awesome. Gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out and talking. And this is
You got it.
one of the best interviews I've done in a long, long time. So,
You're the man.
Peace.
NKOTB. Guys, thank you.
Thank you.